curiosity. You must retain it. Yeah.
His Excellency Turki Alalshikh knows that the product isn't the fighter. The product is the sport.
Neither guy looked good in their last fight, but I suspect they're going to be a lot more into this fight.
Terence Crawford is reportedly facing mounting pressure from Turki Alalshikh, with rumors swirling about a secretive new deal that could shake up his future fight plans. Meanwhile, Wade Clemens admitted that after seeing Terence Crawford's body transformation, he now views the entire fight in a completely different light.
Terence Crawford just dropped a body transformation that's making me question everything I thought about this fight between him and Canelo Alvarez next Saturday, live in Las Vegas.
Furthermore, he explained that many people may be underestimating Crawford's ability to adapt at this weight, but the current version of Crawford suggests he could be a serious problem for Canelo Alvarez.
Bud Crawford and Canelo, and Bud Crawford's not playing around. We've all been talking about what's he gonna look like coming up to 168, and this new picture he just dropped shows that he might be a little bit more dangerous and a lot more of a problem than I thought. Boom! Son, I'm sorry, I have a flat tire. Does anyone have a jack to help me out? Oh, thank you, Bud Crawford. You're actually huge. The man has abs on his abs on his abs. I'm not trying to glaze, but that doesn't look like a 147 pounder. It doesn't look like a 154 pounder. That looks like a grown man. He's definitely put some weight on, coming to 168 pounds. And I can tell you that now.
Building on that, Wade pointed out that Canelo and Terence actually weigh about the same, and if anything, Terence might even carry a little more. However, he stressed that Crawford hasn't truly proven this transformation yet. Wade highlighted that Canelo has already competed at 175 outside of the Bivol fight, and found success there.
About this fight is that the weight issue has been completely overblown by people. And what I mean is, there is not a massive weight disparity between these two fighters. What Canelo walks around at and what Terence Crawford walks around at is probably similar, and maybe Terence Crawford even weighs a little more. I don't know. I saw the picture of the scale of him at 186. It may be a little less when he's normally not trying to gain weight, but that's not the point of the weight difference. The point of saying there is a weight difference is that Canelo Alvarez has consistently fought and been successful at 160 to 168 to even 175 outside of the Bivol fight. Canelo has had success at all those weight divisions and is familiar.
Wade further explained that Canelo is familiar with what it's like to face naturally bigger opponents and, more importantly, understands both his strengths and weaknesses at this weight. That experience gives Canelo an edge in knowing exactly how to perform in this division.
He is familiar not only with his opponents, their size, and being able to handle fighting a bigger guy almost continuously throughout the last part of his career, but also his own strengths and weaknesses at those weights, and at 168 to be specific, because that's where this fight's going to be. He knows how to manage a fight there. He knows how to keep that weight on. He knows how to perform at that weight class and still be powerful and retain speed. This is not me saying Terence Crawford can't do that. The question just has to be asked, how does he prepare with this newfound weight, with this newfound physique? It's not like he put the weight on incorrectly. He still looks shredded. The man lives in Omaha, and he's making me jealous because I don't even know if he has to register those two guns. California.
After seeing the image of Crawford's transformation, Showbiz the Adult admitted he might actually switch his pick. Instead of siding with Canelo, he suggested he could now lean toward Crawford for the win. Showbiz emphasized that he had never seen Crawford in this kind of shape before, calling it the absolute peak version of the fighter.
After looking at Terence Bud Crawford's condition, the physical condition he's in, I'm this close. I never seen him in that kind of shape. And what's contributing to that is the fact that he can get in shape without worrying about drastic weight cutting. So this is peak Crawford.
Moreover, Showbiz added that what Crawford just did is something Canelo has been doing for years. He pointed out that Canelo never cuts unnecessary weight and has built much of his success by competing in the divisions where he feels the healthiest.
It's the reason why Saul Canelo Alvarez is so effective at 168. You fight better when you are your most healthy. Crawford has never felt so comfortable. He has never felt so good.
However, Shoub has made it clear that he will not switch his pick in this fight, even after seeing Crawford's transformation. He admitted that every time he has changed his pick in the past, it backfired and cost him. So, he intends to stay firm with his original choice of Canelo Alvarez.
The only thing that's stopping me is every time I switched up at the end, I got it wrong. I did it with Errol Spence. I had Terence Bud Crawford for a damn year, so I'm not going to switch it up. Another thing is, you can't over-assess physiques, like physical transformations, right? You saw that with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder looking like the Incredible Hulk when he was going to face Tyson Fury in their rematch. Got his ass.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford thanked Turki for the opportunity, to which Turki responded that the best way to show his appreciation is to defeat Canelo and get the job done in fight night. Crawford stated that his work will not be complete until he conquers Canelo, making it clear he's fully focused on the task ahead, but it also indicates that Turki has another deal for Crawford ready. Currently, it is under wraps as to what they seem to be referring to.
That you done for you, Gary, I see you must return. Yeah.
Job ain't done yet.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. Deliver the job. No retirement. Yeah.
However, Shoub has the adult offered another perspective, suggesting that the key part of the conversation was Turki telling Crawford not to retire.
Right? But that's what made them great, is that they were taking on all challenges. His Excellency Turki Alalshikh knows that the product isn't the fighter. The product is the sport. So he's trying to put on the best matches, which is why he's saying, don't retire, return the favor, because I got more ideas for you. See, the thing about Terence Bud Crawford is he has the accolades, but he doesn't have the ops, right? So
he explained that Turki has plans for Crawford, which is why he's keen to keep him active and competing.
So with Terence Crawford, return the favor. Do not retire. Don't take the bag and run. That's what Turki's talking about. Coming back, there's more bags for you because you have Errol Spence training. Hint, hint, hint. There's a big bag in that rematch too, in case that's something they may want to do.
Additionally, Dan Rafael called this a massive event, the most anticipated fight in years. He noted that both fighters are future Hall of Famers and said that as a boxing fan, he is thrilled because it is a fascinating matchup between two all-time greats. Rafael highlighted a similarity between the two, pointing out that neither looked their best in their last fight, but he hopes both will bring their very best in fight night.
It's probably the biggest event of the year in boxing. They're both great fighters. They're both Hall of Famers in waiting. As a boxing fan, I'm thrilled because it's a very fascinating matchup with two all-time greats. With the obviously caveat that you got Terence Crawford moving up two weight classes to see what he can do against the undisputed champ. Neither guy looked good in their last fight, but I suspect they're going to be a lot more into this fight. You know who you got in front of you in September, and Crawford saying, I'm fighting the great Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's like, I'm fighting the 4-division champ, pound-for-pound type guy, and Crawford that's never lost. I better be really prepared. So I'm hopeful that aspect that they're really tuned in will help make it a bigger and better fight.
Moreover, Rose Amber highlighted Crawford's defensive skills and sharp combination punching as potential problems for Canelo Alvarez. However, he warned that if Crawford struggles to land clean shots and Canelo can walk through his attacks, it could turn into a long night for Crawford. Amber admitted that a few years ago, he would have picked Canelo without hesitation, but now the circumstances have changed, making the fight far more unpredictable.
And if Canelo starts to get frustrated with the speed, the deftness, the defensive abilities of Crawford, the combination punches coming back at him, because I think that plays right into his hand a little bit more, I think Canelo could have a problem. However, if Crawford can't get that respect and he finds it difficult to land on Canelo, and Canelo can walk through it or slip it and continually put that pressure on and unload hard shots, could be a long night for Crawford. I got to tell you, I'm really surprised that we're all thinking about this being such a close fight, because, you know, a few years ago, I would not have hesitated to pick Canelo in a heartbeat, no problem.
Furthermore, Adam Smith expressed his belief that Terence Crawford will beat Canelo Alvarez, calling this fight Crawford's coming out party. He acknowledged that Canelo is an all-time great with a massive amount of experience, nearing 70 fights in his career. Smith admitted that the jump in weight is significant for Crawford, but he believes Crawford's speed and fight IQ give him the tools to counter Canelo's size and make it a competitive matchup.
A bit of both. I think Canelo is approaching 70 fights. He's been beaten before. Crawford remains undefeated. I think that the jump up is big, but I think he's got the speed, the IQ, the experience, the know-how to be able to handle it. If he's switched on for every minute of every round, I think he wins, and I think he announces himself to the world on Netflix. And I think he deserves it. I think Terence Crawford's only been really known to the trade fans. Canelo, obviously, you know, a bigger name, bigger star. And look, I fancy Crawford in this fight. Look, nothing against Canelo. Maybe it's a little bit of time in the skull fight. I don't know, but there's plenty that fancy Canelo. Be too big, too strong, too good. It's Crawford for me.
Meanwhile, Danny Jacobs praised Crawford, describing him as a beast who is stepping in to prove himself, which he believes is the reason that makes the fight especially exciting. While acknowledging that Canelo already has a cemented legacy, Jacobs described the matchup as a true 50-50 competition. He stressed that you can never count Canelo out, but he admitted that if he had to place a bet, his money would be on Crawford.
He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too, so I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him, but I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford, but also too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightfully so.
In response, Crawford agreed, saying the fight will definitely be exciting as both fighters push each other to the limit and bring out the very best in one another.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going?
I'm definitely going to win the fight for sure, but you know, I think it's going to be a tough fight. You know, I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him. And
in addition, American rapper Boosie, who walked Crawford out in his 2016 championship bout, warned that Canelo better be ready for Terence. He said Crawford is the kind of fighter who brings out his best when pushed beyond his limits.
Spirit.
Yeah?
Yeah, he got a killer in him. He a silent killer. I've been around like that in the hood. Them lay back until you bring it out of them, then they just, you know, I've been like that with them. Like I didn't watch Crawford. I didn't hung out with this. This is my boy. Like this got a killer in him. You know, Canelo better be ready. Like this got a killer in him. Bro.
And adding to that, the arena's boxing coach, Joe Vargas, said he is siding with Canelo, predicting that Alvarez will come out on top. Vargas explained that Crawford performing at this weight may not be a very attainable goal, and while he acknowledged that if anyone right now could beat Canelo, it would be Terence Crawford, he ultimately doesn't see it happening.
Going back and forth in my mind on that one. But this is the first time I pick it. I'm going to go with Canelo on this one.
Why is that?
They're both great at what they do. I'm going against Maggie. I heard everything she said right now. She's right on the money on all that stuff, but Crawford has done a lot of great things at a smaller weight. You know, that jump is I don't know if it's reachable for him. If anybody can do it, it's him, and I'm contradicting myself. I just don't see it happening, you know. Could it happen? Yeah, it's boxing. But I just think Canelo's too good at the little things. And what's Crawford's game plan gonna be? You know, that's what's gonna define the fight to me.
Echoing that perspective, Abel Sanchez ruled out Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, saying the rapid climb through weight classes works heavily against him. He explained that Crawford hasn't stayed long enough in any division for anyone to see how he handles bigger, stronger opponents. The lack of experience at higher weights, Sanchez argued, gives a clear edge to a seasoned force like Canelo.
He's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I just think that moving up in weight without having fights to merit that, I think it's the wrong move. But he couldn't handle a 154-pounder the way that he was handling everybody else before. And Madrimov is not Canelo. Canelo's been used to fighting all the bigger guys and has done very well with the bigger guys. Nobody's hurt him. Nobody's hurt him. I mean, he's fought the biggest punch. He fought Gennady. Come on, he fought Gennady twice, really the good fights, and then Bivol hit him with everything and couldn't hurt him. So how's Terence gonna do that? I don't think he can.
However, Ryan Garcia admitted that if anyone can pull off the upset against Canelo Alvarez, it's Terence Crawford. He highlighted how difficult Crawford's style is to read and praised him as a complete all-rounder, a fighter who can adapt to any situation in the ring and impose his game no matter the challenge.
That what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's biting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him, like, when he fights, I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box, he could bang, he could, you know, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, you know, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots, but other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen.
Adding to that, Greg Hackett explained that what could make this fight truly great is Crawford's lack of fear toward Canelo Alvarez. Unlike many of Canelo's past opponents who have shown nerves, Hackett and Crawford remains composed and ready to engage. He predicted a solid action-packed rumble once the fists start flying.
The reason I have so much confidence in this fight, you know, thinking that it's going to be a great fight, the reason I have so much confidence is because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Alvarez. A lot of his opponents in the past were nervous, scared from the beginning. I don't think Bud feel that way at all. I think we can get a good rumble on our hands. You know what I mean? It's just going to come down to the big question for Bud is, can he take the shot? You know what I'm saying? The question I think for Canelo is, does he get old? I say that for a reason. He got a lot of fights, bro. He got, I think he going on almost 70 fights. You know what I'm saying? Or he a little bit under 70. That's a lot of fights for current time. You know what I'm saying? And Bud got a lot of gas still left, but he's older as well.
Building on that, journalist Eli Segbach noted that just like Crawford, Canelo is also in tremendous shape. He added that Canelo holds the stronger resume and carries the advantage of greater big fight experience.
Fight night fighters never look exactly like this, just because they rehydrate and they gain. But Canelo is also in great shape. Canelo is also a tremendous fighter. And you got to give Canelo has the better resume, the better experience, the big moments too. Crawford has fought in a stadium. I saw some reporters out there said that Crawford never fought in a stadium. Yes, he has. His last fight I was there.
Interestingly, Ellie pointed out that one of the key things to watch will be whether Crawford's added muscle mass ends up working against him, potentially causing him to tire out and lose stamina as the fight wears on.
Terence Crawford has worked hard and has gotten in shape. He's always in shape. Now he added 20, maybe 15 pounds of muscle. And the big question is, I saw Crawford did an interview and he said that he thinks that the muscle will make him stronger. The question is, will it cause him to gas out halfway through the fight? We'll see. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he signed a deal with Amiri.
As fight night looms, the stakes couldn't be higher. Terence Crawford's transformation, Canelo Alvarez's proven track record, and the clash of two future Hall of Famers have set the stage for a showdown that promises drama, strategy, and raw athleticism. The experts have given their takes. Now, would like to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts and predictions for the fight. And if you enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you never miss a beat, and we'll see you in the next video with more exciting updates.